Are you ready for this? This is my Make 9 pledge. Is it a pledge? My Make 9 wishes for 2020. And I wish I had some dramatic music or, video editing capabilities. But I don't. So imagine dramatic music as I start to talk to you about what I'm gonna do for the next year. And I have all kinds of stuff sitting out on my table so that I can go through it and hopefully not take, half an hour to do so. So first, I wanted to talk to you about my sweaters. As we all know, I have a lot of sweaters started, and that probably isn't going to change with 2020, but I think I'd like to finish, let's pledge to finish 2 that are already started. Now, I brought 5 here to show you that I've already started, and that's not all that's already started, but that's what I brought to show you. So, the 5 I brought to show you are my Less is More that is color blocked, and as always, details are down below so that you can get the pattern and the fibers or yarns. So there's that one. As you can see, some of these don't have that much left to go. Then there is my Felix Cardigan, which you can see I finished the hem, started on a sleeve. I still have to finish that sleeve, another sleeve, and the button band, it's about in the same place as the color block Less is More that I just set in the basket over here. There's that one. There's Ramona, who is pretty far back because I was stuck on whether to do another color. Do you remember that? I'll link to that in the blog post so that you can see. I did wind up the darker yarn that I would use for a stripe in it, and I just don't like it. I don't want to do it. So we're gonna run this out and see what happens. It may just end up with 3/4 sleeves. We'll see. There's this one, my Stripy Sweater, which is a basic pullover from Bon Marie from Chick Knits, and I really like it. I really love this one, and it feels nice, and it's like some good striping going on, good colors for me, even if there's white in there, and I tend to spill coffee on myself pretty often. There's that one. And the 5th sweater I brought, it's using 2 naturals from My Sheep, which are these guys, and a Jill Draper mohawk. So it's kind of neat to be, using My Sheep with Friends yarn. So that one is, as you know, this is My Sheep. Argyle died. You don't know. And he was very, very special to me. And it's been hard to work on this sweater because he is the dark brown in here. So I would like to finish it because, it'd be nice to have a piece of him that I could wear all the time. I'm still really sad that he's gone, but I'm trying. Okay, so 2 of the sweaters that are already started, and there's probably another 4 or 5 that are actively in my bin right now. There's a lot of old ones that I probably ought to start thinking about ripping out, but out of the 10 or so that are closest to me, I'm gonna finish 2 of them. Let's see, I have my cheat sheet here so I know what I'm gonna talk about. The next thing, I'd like to do a colorwork sweater. I haven't done one in a while, even if it's just like the yoke of something. And I downloaded Pheasant from Savory Knitting, and then there's the, let's see, Knit Love Wool has Fern and Feather that I really, really like. So I'm going to take a look at that. What I really want to do is Fern and Feather in the Targhee Classic from Spunky Eclectic. And I really want to do the Pheasant from Savory Knitting in Handspun. I don't know what it is. There's something about Amy's Savory Knitting's patterns that make me want to use Handspun for them every time. I know Felix isn't, but the first Felix, the Felix pullover that I did was in Handspun. Something. The other thing for sweaters, because, you know, at some point I may just get sick of knitting sweaters. I do run in phases. You know, there'll be a couple years where I'll knit just socks, and a couple years I'll just knit sweaters, and we're on the sweater phase right now, and I don't know when it's going to end, and it might end this year because I'm making all these pledges for sweaters, but there it is. I have 2 sweaters worth of fiber waiting for me. I have this one, Smells Like Leather, in BFL, that I'm just dying to get to, but I'm trying to clean up my bobbins for the end of the year, so I haven't started on it. And then there's this one, Beach Blanket Bingo. And I spun this up as just a sample, and once I spun it, I knew I needed more of it. And then I talked myself into just doing 8 ounces and doing a shawl's worth, and then I dyed myself a 1.5 pounds, and I'm going to make a sweater because, come on, how awesome is this? This color, I love it. It's me. I need it. Okay. On to other projects. Let's talk about, you mentioned them, socks. Now, I grabbed a few socks. There's this one there's this one. There's this one that is really, really close to being done. But you can see that let's see. Yeah, I'm down the heel. And I have picked up the stitches along the side and then dropped them off of the needle, which happens, which is why I switched to doing mostly on long circulars, magic loop, because I'm less likely to drop stitches. This one's close. I have a bunch that are this close. This one has one done, and the other one just barely started. You see, that's just barely started. And there's like multiple in a bag. Let's see, this one. Oh, this is another one where there's one done, and I didn't start the second one yet. These are leftovers from something. And you can see that they're just fraternal twins. They're going to be not quite close, but they're on my feet. This one, out of a new yarn that Spunky Eclectic has, a farm yarn. I haven't gotten the second one even on. So that's my bag of, you got one sock done. Now, how about casting on the other? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of socks. There's, I don't even want to tell you how many more. A lot more. Let's just leave it at that. There's a lot more. Let's move on to sewing pledges. I want to make some overalls. I want to make a lot of overalls and probably a romper or 2. Or jumpsuits. Like, you know, there's, let's see, what did I write down? The Burnside overalls, the Heydays, Yantas, and Zadie jumpsuits. I have 4 or 5 more. I have them in some of those Simplicities and McCalls and New Looks. And I have fabric waiting for them. I just want a nice pair in black linen, you know, for fancy dress. Look at this stuff. Oh my gosh. I got this from a cute little shop in New York when when Beth and I were there for Rhinebeck. And then, you know, because if you're going someplace, you need a souvenir for everything, right? This one, oh, upside down. Is it upside down? Tacos. Who doesn't need a taco pair of overalls? And I will also link to my inspiration for the taco overalls. So then there is also the skinny jeans, and I have that and that already set aside for them. I'm gonna conquer these Jennies, and I will link in the blog below, and then you'll see. I really want to wear them. I like the cropped wide leg, so I'm gonna definitely make a pair of those. And then satin PJs. I made one pair, and you can see this was the Ogden cami. They were so comfortable in the summer. So I'm gonna make myself at least one more pair of those. Maybe just one more pair, because, you know, I don't need that many. And then weaving, my night thing. I want to weave something big. I don't know yet what it is, but I'll get there. And I did a bunch of sampling, and I'll continue to do sampling, and I want to weave something big. So, what do you think of this? This is a toaster. I don't know if you've seen that pattern. I wear different ones. I've made, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them so far. This is one of my favorites out of a velvety kind of print. Really like it. So, that's it. That's my pledges for Make 9 2020. All the links will be down below, so head down there, take a look, see what I'm up to, and if you're doing a Make 9 2020, link me up to what you're gonna do, because I want to see what y'all are doing. All right, everybody. Bye.